All right, my man, state your name. Let them know you on Nicovelli TV.
Yes, sir. Big Jew Bug coming back to you again. Live and direct. Knicks fan for life, baby. You know what it is already.
Okay, man, you like what you see from these Knicks. So far, the Knicks is in seventh
Man,
place, man.
I told you, man. Didn't I tell you? They got a lot going on, but we it's looking in the right direction. I like the Rose pickup. I was a little confused at first, but
Why was you
um,
confused with Rose at first?
I felt like we got a lot of backcourt players right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit crowded. Not too sure they was gonna do with Dennis Smith Jr. You see he moved on, but now we got still Frank Ntilikina. He's like lost in the sauce. I don't know
Yeah,
what
speaking
he
of
is.
Dennis Smith Jr., how did you feel that Dennis Smith Jr. said he was smiling ear to ear when he heard the news that he
About
was getting
moving on.
traded?
Well, listen, man. Everybody got it. You always got to feel like. I guess you gotta look at it as he feel like he getting a new start because he's going into another team because he did ask the Knicks to go to the G League.
Yeah, I give him credit
You know
on
what I'm
that.
saying? So
He did. He did.
he wanted to keep active. I guess by him now going to another league, going to another another team, at least he'll get a fresh start. So
Right.
it's good for him though, man. Good for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, and being that Mitchell Robinson is no longer in the lineup,
Yeah. But
through
they played pretty good yesterday. They picking up the slack and they playing good against pretty good teams. They got pretty good records. You know what I'm saying?
now,
They're not just winning against teams they ain't got good winning records. So that's a good thing. Defense, man. Told you
Defense.
defense win
you
championships.
did say
I
that,
tell you
man.
that.
You did say
I'm
that.
telling
Now,
you.
being that Mitchell Robinson's out 4 to 6 weeks,
Yeah.
we got Noel. Did you
Noel
see the
Noel.
game last night with Noel? He scored 10 points.
Yeah, I mean he filled in pretty good, but you can't overlook Taj Gibson in this. You can't overlook him because I think it made it a little bit easier
Right.
for it made it a little easier for Noel because he didn't have to be the do-it-all guy. We got a vet in Taj Gibson that picked up the slack too. If you look at it, he was scoring. Them boys off the bench, that second unit, man, is playing at a good, good momentum, man, for the last couple games and shit.
And let's talk about the backcourt between Derrick Rose and Immanuel Quickley. How do you feel about them two, man? In the backcourt together, D Rose mentoring IQ.
That's right, and I think like they say, I think he's the guy that's gonna open up Obi. You know what I'm saying? But Derrick Rose, we already know what kind of veteran he is. You know what I'm saying? He played hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing we need on this team. Guys is gonna play hard every, day in and day out. And he's one of those guys. That's why Quickly gonna get better. Obi gonna get better. It's gonna look 7th already.
Seventh
We
place.
flip flopping between 7th and 6th, 8th, but we still could get that 6th seed. It's still enough of the season left. We might could get the 5th seed, and we just pull in. 4 to 6 weeks is good for him to come back, for Mitchell Robinson to come back and stuff like that. So,
And Randall playing the 5. Julius Randle playing center position, man.
I hope he get that All-Star pick this year. They give me grief about playing the All-Star game and all that, but I really hope he get picked, man, because he playing at an all-time high too.
And you think he's gonna strive at the 5 with Mitchell out? Because they said they couldn't do that. Have
They did it
Mitch.
yesterday though.
They could have
played small
Randall.
ball yesterday a little bit.
Right,
So,
and they had I think they was dividing the minutes between Noel and Taj.
yeah, that's what they was doing. But they need I still feel like they need another big. I think they need another big guy. Somebody that's playing, that can grab boards. Like Mitchell Robinson, you know what I'm saying? I think they need another veteran guy, even if it would have been maybe a Tyson Chandler who was on just to have depth on there, because we got the backcourt, we got the bench right now. It's starting to mesh, come together. I like the play. I like when they put Quickly, Rose, Burke, Randall, and then I think it was Taj. When they came out with that lineup, you see who we played yesterday.
He played the Rockets.
They couldn't catch up. Like they was trying, but they couldn't get in it because we you know what I'm saying, you can't stop the scoring no matter how much you score. That's why I tell you that defense, man. Defense on one end, come back, that shit gonna translate to points, man. And that's what's going on. And they playing hard for Thibs too, man.
And what's the future for Kevin Knox? Think Kevin Knox can overturn the slum he in? Because Kevin Knox, if you ask me, I saw improvement when we speak of this corner 3 ball.
Right.
But I guess when they have their practice games, he still ain't stepping up on the defensive end because he's not being seen on the court. We haven't seen Knox, what, 7, 8 games?
Yeah. And they put him in for garbage time the other night.
Yeah, like, what's going on, man?
I think he kind of, to me, kind of like played himself out of the role. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the guy that was coming off the bench at one time.
Right.
He was backing up. Now, you kind of like fall back further. You know what I mean? Kind of like Austin Rivers. Like he's kind of like a forgotten guy right now too. You know
but I think he's gonna pop back up.
I think they're gonna want.
I think Thibs got so much weapons, man.
Yeah, but I think what it is that they're gonna wind up trading Austin Rivers. I think they're gonna wind up trading him because it's a lot of championship teams that could use him, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's gonna be worth better for him to be on another team, and then the Knicks is gonna get something in return for that. So.
And what do you feel about those who say that the reason why Julius Randle is playing center position is so he could get his trade value going on?
Nah, I don't think that's true, man. I just think it's a situation right now. We lost Mitchell Robinson. It's going to be a little bit of a shakeup because even with Taj Gibson, he's still not as tall as Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
So it's still going to be
no Julius Randle.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. So when they say we playing small ball, that's what it's going to be right now until 4 to 6 weeks. Unless they get a backup center like a Tyson Chandler, somebody big body dude, play defense, can still play deep, still got something left in the tank. You know, not much, but it'll hold us down until Mitch get back.
2 questions and I'm out.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, do you like him where he's at now, playing the 5, replacing Mitch, or do you think he drive better at the power forward position?
I think he do better at the power forward position. I wish he would stop dribbling so much to me sometimes. Like don't try to be the point guard. I don't like when Thibs have him bringing the ball down. I'd rather you leave it in Rose' hand or Quickley hand or maybe Peyton, because Peyton, and I gotta say a lot about Peyton too, man, because a lot of people was talking about him. He should have been coming off the bench. And every time they talk about that boy like that, what he do? He come out, he have a good game, strong game, he attack the rim. I like that boy.
Do you think that Alpha Peyton is playing a little bit to where he needs to be due to DROSE? Think DROSE putting pressure on him?
Of course. You coming in, that's the position you play. Whenever there's competition, I'm not gonna say they looking at it as competition, but it's a little bit of that there. You feel me? Like you can't tell me it's not. Somebody always gonna feel threatened. Like, you know, that's like football. You got a quarterback is supposed to be the franchise of your team, or supposed to be running the team. You know, your go-to guy, and you draft the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That don't work out. So now you got your little controversy, but believe me.
And last but not least, your boy Frank Ntilikina, man.
Oh no.
What
man,
is the future for Frankie boy, man?
Lost in the sauce right now, man. He was supposed to come back off injury. I just think he's not I don't think Thibs really is on high on him like that. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's payback for what Frank Ntilikina did to Leon Rose?
Who knows, man? Could be. I don't know if it's a front office thing or not, but that's not a. And to be honest, no team really inquiring about him. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you think, like, you know, is this guy really worth it? Is he, you know, you see flashes in him, man, but he ain't put it together. He's not getting no playing time. He should have did what Dennis Smith Jr. said. Yo, listen, send me to the G League. Let me get some burn. Let me work on my game. Let me work on me. So who knows, man?
And a cherry on top. With a point guard like Derrick Rose, and with the Knicks now in the 7th place, do you think we can go far in the playoffs? Do you see
I'm not gonna lie,
Derrick Rose running the point more if we get to the postseason?
I think we needed I think we need like another star. And what I mean like another all-star.
Like Victor Alafito?
I don't know. I think, like I said, the backcourt is bunched up. Like, what do you do with Quickley then? What do you do with Burke? What do you do with?
Well, Quickley's coming into his own, man. He had 22 points against the Rockets, man.
It's good. He was the hidden gem in the draft, man. You know what I'm saying? He was the hidden gem. You see how Leon Rose and them boys work?
Yeah.
They found the hidden gem when everybody said, "Oh, I'm surprised Quickley was available around that time in the draft anyway."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you got Obi Toppin. He's coming out his shell.
He's coming out because Derrick Rose is telling, listen, you miss, you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Come back down, we do what we do. He told Quickley, listen, you know, if me and you on the court, don't worry about me getting mine. Get yours. Play yourself, be yourself. Because I'm gonna get mine, and we gonna work together, and we gonna work around, and that's what they need. They
Is
need
it
that
safe to
leadership.
say that Derrick Rose matured?
Of course, man. Listen, that boy been through injuries. Imagine how much time he had to reflect on his career. You know what I'm saying? And he was excited to come back to New York, man. Can you imagine? He was like, you know, Thibs won him. Every team Thibs went to, he took him.
Yep.
So,
And with that being
that
said,
tell you a
man,
lot.
I want to thank you for coming on Nickavelli TV.
For sure, you already know.
Nick been on his back, man, for 2 weeks, man. I promise you I'm going to come back strong. And that's what it is, man.
We out, baby.
Peace.
Later.